Hey everyone, today I'm popping in with 5 simple tips for meal planning and grocery shopping. So I always preach how meal planning is essential to me keeping my healthy eating lifestyle throughout the week when I'm working full time and busy on the weekends and don't want to do everything, spend hours in the kitchen when I get home from work. So here are 5 tips that I follow that will likely help you keep this meal plan going. So the first one is you have to actually sit down and meal plan. And when you do this, you want to only choose 2 items for each main meal. So if you're using, for example, one of the Beachbody meal plans, go through the booklet and choose 2 for breakfast, 2 for lunch, and 2 for dinner, and just alternate it. That way it makes your grocery list much shorter. It's cheaper this way, and it's just a lot easier to only have to prep 2 different meals. The second tip is to keep that your food doesn't have to be boring. So keep fun recipes that you like rotated through the mix. I get asked pretty often if I get sick of eating the same thing every day, because I do usually, instead of the pick 2 for lunch, I'll just make one huge batch of fajita chicken or healthy sloppy joes and add veggies and rice and call it a day. And I'll just box that up in Tupperware and I have lunch all week. But these dishes that I make aren't boring. They're not just plain unseasoned chicken and vegetables. I make sure that my food tastes good so I don't get sick of eating the same thing all week long. And then I always top my lunch with avocado. So avocado is another good source of healthy fat that you should be eating. I hope you like it because it's my favorite food. I love it. And it just makes everything taste great. The third tip I have for you is to keep your snacks simple. So this will help minimize the actual food prep you have to do and just make it so much easier to grab and go when you're going to work or if you're running errands or just out on the weekends. My snacks are usually nothing that I prepare ahead of time unless it is muffins. I make muffins a lot and I'll take those for my morning snacks. Other than that, I bring a lot of bananas or apples, strawberries, grapes a lot of the time, and almonds. Almonds are a huge one. I always have a huge bag of almonds in my purse. And then I'll usually have cottage cheese or Greek yogurt that I can just toss in a Tupperware, and it's really easy to take to work. So making sure that your snacks aren't overcomplicated will help big time. And you can also find there's some healthy bars out there. I'm sure you're all familiar with Quest bars, and Lara bars are another one of my favorites. So those are very good options to take for snacks too. The fourth tip I have for you is once you have your meal plan down, go through and write everything you need for all those meals on your grocery list. And when you go to the store, only buy what's on your list. It's really easy to get distracted with sales. Most of the time, the sales we see aren't things that we really want to be eating. They're the process, like buy one, get one free cereals and stuff like that. So just really stick to your list. Don't stray and walk down the chips aisle because chips are always going to sound good. Just really try and stick to your list unless you see, you find red peppers that are on sale. Red peppers are not going to be bad for you to add extra onto your list, and those are a really great snack too. Veggies and hummus are another one that we have all the time for snacks. My last tip is to make sure you do the food prep. So I talk a lot about the meal planning and the food prep, and then you have to actually find time to get it done. So for me, what I usually do is meal plan on Saturday and get an idea of what I need for my grocery list so that when we go on Sunday to the grocery, I know exactly what I'm going to make when I get home. And immediately as we're taking like veggies out of the bag, we'll just wash them up, cut them up, put them in Tupperware. And then a lot of the time our batch meals are made in the crock pot or just in a big one pot thing on the stove, so it takes a lot less time. I usually do rice for all the lunches, and rice is done in a rice cooker, so that doesn't take really any time at all. If you want your healthy carb to be quinoa or couscous, that is really quick to make. Pasta is another really quick one, or roasting sweet potatoes. Those are all good options for batch prepping for lunch. So you just need to sit down and find a time where you can get it all done. It doesn't have to be all at one time. You could split it up into 2 1-hour segments on Sunday, or do half of it on Saturday, half on Sunday, whatever is going to work for your schedule. But it's important that you do find a time to sit down and get that finished. So those are my 5 tips for you. I'm hoping that they're going to help you get through this meal planning process and stick to it, because that's really important. Nutrition is one of the most important parts to getting fit, losing weight, staying healthy. It really is all about what you're eating.